Okay, I want to do another review real quick. I did two flippers previously. One was an entry level bargain flipper, Gerber. The next one was an OKC, and it was a nice flipper. It was really nice. But this is going to be a luxury flipper. This is the ZT 609, and I tell you what, there is no comparison. I mean, just the quality of this knife is amazing. This is my first zero tolerance knife. And I do prefer to say ZT, it just sounds better. Shortens it, and there are zero tolerances in this knife. It is amazing. Um, the quality. Now this one here is a flipper, of course, as are most ZTs nowadays. But these are titanium scales on this, and this is a super high-end steel. That is CPM 20 CV. Way better than the D2 and the 440 quality steel that I talked about earlier. This is an amazing steel and very sharp. This knife's already bit me once when I was closing it. Caught my pinky, as you can see right here on the blade, and it got me. I didn't even hardly feel it. It's so sharp. Quite an amazing knife. Now this would be a gentleman's everyday carry. It's very light, it's very thin. It is, believe it or not, on the smaller side. It is a 3.3 inch blade, as I mentioned. It's that 20 CV steel, and it looks amazing. Now the titanium scales on this thing are kind of a bronze finish. Some people said an earthly brown. You do get tones of kind of gold overtones, I should say, and it really depends on what color you put it next to. If you put it next to lighter colors, this handle looks lighter, and if you put it next to darker colors, it does appear to be darker. So it's kind of cool. On the titanium, on this knife, they do have the insert that goes in on the frame lock that is steel. Reason for that is if you have titanium on steel, it can get a little quote-unquote greasy after you flip it time after time. So having that steel insert right there on the frame lock, and you can see the screw that it screws into right there. It keeps it moving smoothly, and it gives it a way that you can actually service it and replace that piece if need be. Now this knife does run on bearing systems, and what's unique about this system is these KVT bearings. It is an open style pivot on here with a full race bearing. So the bearing is enclosed inside, but you can actually see through it. So that's something unique to this ZT line right here. The 609, which is about to be discontinued in the new model year. So prices on these, they could go up. Right now, you can find it anywhere from $185 to mostly $220. Just make sure that you get it from a reputable dealer, that it's a true zero tolerance or KIA official dealer, so that you do get your warranty, and that it makes sure that it's official and not some type of refurbished or knockoff. I will tell you this, if you look at a ZT knife and you have triple X's anywhere etched on the blade, that does mean that it is either refurbished or what's known as a gray market, and that it's something that didn't meet the quality standards. This doesn't have anything such. This did come from a qualified dealer, and it does have the serial number here on the blade, no X's, and just the fit and finish. If my first two knives did prove to be an entry level and then a really nice one, this is so luxurious. Titanium, super light on this one. The milling, the finish, the jimping on the top is quite smooth. It's not sharp, the edges are rounded. The actual divot right here in the blade, this drop point style blade, does have that divot on it, and it is smooth. Everything about it is just finished nicely. I can't say enough good things about this. There are people that did do reviews on this knife that had some knocks, and their knocks were they did not like the off-colored screws and the off-colored clip. They would have preferred that the clip did match the style of the handle, the scales, but it doesn't bother me so much. I don't mind the stainless look with that, because as this titanium wears and it goes in and out of the pocket, it will get more of a silvery finish that will bleed through. This clip, though, it doesn't work as a function of the previous one where I talked about that Carter Prime, where the clip actually was an overstop. This knife right here, I don't know if it didn't require an overstop or the way it's designed, but that clip does not act as one. It is rounded right here, and it's got the little bevel finish so that when it goes in the pocket, it would go in pretty smoothly. In the pocket, it gives you a pretty good tension. Coming out of the pocket and flipping it open, just that click, that solid lock, and the lockup on it is absolutely amazing. There's no problems there. There's no wiggle. There's no give. This is a nice knife. But for around $200, I mean, it should be. This should be something that should scream quality. American made, American components, ZT609, that high-end steel, you can't go wrong. I'm going to end up doing a review that shows the lower end flipper I did and then that mid-tier compared to luxury, and just show you the fit and finish differences. Open back. The spacers, though, they are a little bit color coordinated with the handle, so they are a little bit more satin finished instead of the high sheen right here, the pivot. So I do like that. Really nice knife, really good quality. I'm glad I picked this one up. Fits really well in the hand. If you have overly large hands, this knife probably won't fit just right like it does on mine. I have average size. But if you have smaller hands, it'll fit nice. Got the built-in choil from the flipper. There's a little bit of jimping on there, so it gives you a little bit of friction. Not too much though, nothing sharp. Everything's polished. Looking for a quality flipper? This could be your option right here. The ZT609, you could pick it up on several websites. It has been discontinued for the coming year, so if you want one, try and find one, get you a good deal. Happy hunting, and I hope you find yourself a high quality flipper.